Hi guys, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to be reviewing Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doughty. So Caitlin Doughty is a mortician and YouTuber that I have recently discovered and just sort of devoured all of her content. When this review comes out, my October wrap-up should be in it, and in my October wrap-up I do talk about her second novel, From Here to Eternity, so you know that I am a little bit obsessed with Caitlin. I will leave a link to her channel in the description box down below. I would highly recommend checking her out. Her videos are absolutely fascinating, and this book is equally fascinating. So this is the story of Caitlin's life, how she went from being a medieval history major whose bachelor thesis was titled, quote, "In Our Image, the Suppression of Demonic Births in Late Medieval Witchcraft Theory," end quote, to a, registered mortician. So it chronicles her journey of moving out of this space, being a person who was always interested in death and death rituals amongst other cultures, to applying to different funeral homes and crematories with absolutely no experience in the industry. And she talks about her experiences picking up bodies from homes, cremating bodies. She talks about decomposition. She talks about embalming and witnessing an embalmer perform an embalming. It's absolutely fascinating to hear these first-hand accounts of bloated, moldy bodies. Things that you don't think about because I think we don't like to think about death or our own mortality. Caitlin is an amazing storyteller. I'm sure a lot of folks who work in the death industry have a lot of these stories and these experiences, but it's Caitlin's way of telling these stories that is really truly fascinating. It's her narrative voice that I really like. She is darkly funny. She includes all of these little sarcastic insights and quips that just, they make the story, they make this dark material really accessible and engaging. She opens the book talking about her first time experience in the crematory that hired her, and how she was going to be the operator of the cremation machine, but she didn't get any training that day because they were too busy to show her. So they gave her the job of shaving a corpse, and so they just brought her into the back refrigeration room, and they handed her a pink disposable razor, and they were like, "You're gonna shave the corpse, no instruction on how, just be careful you don't nick him." And this was like a do or die moment, a make or break moment. They wanted to see how she would handle, this person with no experience in the death industry would handle being told to shave a stranger's corpse. From there are just fascinating dark stories, stuff that I'd never thought about the industrial, highly medicalized death industry. Really, I haven't thought about death and our funeral practices until I read this book. So I found learning about the history of embalming, the practice of embalming, absolutely fascinating. It really got me thinking about what sorts of narratives I have internalized about death, and how much I just sort of passively accepted the death practices and the death industry's narrative of the corpse and what you should and should not do to a corpse. I'm not gonna lie, it was a challenging read. There were stories that brought me to tears. I have spent a lot of time in self-reflection, like what would I want for my corpse if I were to die tomorrow? Do I have my affairs in order? Do my parents know what I would want done with my corpse? Would I end up just part of this industrial funeral process? Is it just easier because they don't know what I want for them to just let the funeral have me and charge whatever they want to make me look natural? You know what I mean? It's a really weird thing to think about. It has made me actually stop and think about my own mortality, my life, my choices, and the choices that I would want to be made should I die. Caitlin is a fascinating human. Her book is incredibly engaging and informative, and if you have any sort of curiosities about death and the funeral industry, if you are looking to be self-reflexive, if you are just interested in this sort of area that it feels taboo almost to ask these sorts of questions, or it feels perverse and morbid to ask these sorts of questions. I have gotten so many people hooked on Caitlin Doughty's YouTube channel and they've started reading her works, and like I would highly recommend that you pick this up because you will learn things and you will suddenly develop all of these questions and curiosities. It was really good, and I'm very happy that I have stumbled upon Caitlin and her works. So let me know in the comments down below, have you read any Caitlin Doughty? Are you interested in checking out her works? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.